All right, shalom, shalom. I want to start saying all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to our apostle, Ellsbury Millstone, and shalom, Wakasah, Laha Bakyar, which is peace, mercy to the elect, throughout the four corners, wherever you may be. I'm the brother Amar from the branch of GMS Cleveland, coming back at you with another lesson, and Lord willing to be edifying. And I'm going to play some clips, all right, from this, regarding the Stonewall riots, all right, which is something I just came across doing some research, but got some scriptures too to go into like this topic just regarding this, man, because this is a problem, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing new, like the scripture says, nothing new under the sun, but just gonna play this video and get into these scriptures, man.
It's the 50th anniversary of the uprising at the Stonewall Inn in New York City, a milestone and a catalyst for the gay rights movement. We're going to examine the progress since then and the considerable challenges today. But first, a look back at that moment and just some of the notable moments since. In the early morning hours of June 28, 1969, New York City police raided the Stonewall Inn, a popular gay bar in the Greenwich Village.
In fact, let me put this on real quick. Do not disturb.
Back then, with different laws, police raids on gay bars were common. But gay, lesbian, and trans residents fought back. Streets erupted into violent protests and demonstrations that lasted days. The riots began paving the way for the LGBT rights movement, and by 1979, more than 100,000 people took part in the first national march for lesbian and gay rights. But the challenges have been immense throughout. By the 1980s, the AIDS epidemic played a crucial role in the struggle for gay rights. As thousands died, patients protested for drugs and better treatment, medication that would eventually turn AIDS into a chronic illness for many. Even so, in the 2 decades after 1981, the epidemic killed more than 460,000 people in the U.S. During the 90s, there was greater recognition and acceptance for many individuals, but it was President Bill Clinton who signed the Defense of Marriage Act, preventing government-granted federal marriage benefits to same-sex couples. Other important victories were to come, notably in 2003, in the case of Lawrence v. Texas, when the Supreme Court struck down the state's anti-sodomy law, effectively decriminalizing homosexual relations nationwide. It wasn't until 2012 that a sitting president publicly supported same-sex marriage.
For me personally, it is important for me to go ahead and affirm that I think same-sex couples should be able to get married.
The Supreme Court eventually struck down state bans on same-sex marriage, making it legal across all 50 states. But even as LGBTQ communities have won more acceptance and recognition, there have been other setbacks. President Trump is the first Republican president to formally recognize Pride Month, but he is rolling back a number of protections for transgender Americans involving social services, health coverage, and making it harder to serve in the military. The murders of transgender people.
All right, so I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna get this other video, but yeah. So they spoke briefly about the Stonewall riots. I'm gonna get another video regarding a little bit more of the history. It's gonna be brief, but yeah. And as you can see, your boy Obeezy, he was the first president to legally authorize same-sex marriages in all 50 states. Because prior to that, in the other video, they're gonna speak about it. It was illegal in 49 states back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But your boy Obeezy, you know, he he does with the bidding of Satan, man. Which he's a Hamite himself. He's not our people. Anyway, what was I about to get, man? Shit. Oh yeah, let me get this preset real quick, and I'm gonna go right back into it. Where am I at? Okay, here we go. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 1. It says, "Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesied against it," man. And Mount Seir is in this, it represents Esau, Edom, even though Seir, Mount Seir is a place. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me see if we can pull it up real quick. But it represents Esau, Edom. You know what I'm saying? Where he dwells at. In particular, this scripture is going to Babylon. You know what I'm saying? When I say Babylon, I'm talking about America. So yeah, when you Google Mount Seir, all right, Mount Seir is the ancient and biblical name for the mountainous region stretching between the Dead Sea and the Gulf of Akbar and the northwestern region of Edom. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, it's the actual place where Edom dwelt. You know what I'm saying? You see, yeah, and reading on, it says, stretching between the Dead Sea and the Gulf of Akbar and the northwestern region of Edom and southeast of the kingdom of Judah. It may also have marked the blah 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 blah. Yeah, so that was just some brief history regarding that Mount Seir. But yeah, so us prophesying against Mount Seir is what, man. Speaking about Esau, Edom first and foremost in this place, America, man. You know what I'm saying? And basically going into the ways that this place upholds, man, the things and ideologies and the beliefs that this place upholds, and we're tearing down strongholds. You know what I'm saying? And that's us what prophesying. That's us being on the highways and byways. That's us what putting these lessons up and casting down these strongholds, as the scriptures say, because this too is a stronghold on the world, man. It's, this madness, man. So let me get this, man.
Experience the superior visibility of Sylvania LED fog lights.
Bipolar 1, I got help to push back.
I got help to push back.
Make me watch it, man.
In the early morning hours of June 28, 1969, a riot broke out in front of the Stonewall Inn in New York City. The violent protest became known as the Stonewall Riots. The Stonewall Riots were a watershed moment in the gay rights movement, sparking activism and awareness across the United States. We'll look at the roots of the riots, the events, and their lasting impact. In the 1950s and 60s, homosexuality was still considered sodomy and illegal in 49 states. The punishments varied greatly by...
Right, and see, they said in the 1950s and 60s, it was still considered sodomy, you know what I'm saying? And it was off, you know what I'm saying? And it still is off. But as time went on, we in 2024, as you can see, things have gotten considerably worse. And it tells you that. Matter of fact,
state, ranging from heavy...
Let me get this real quick, man. Because the scriptures tell you that iniquity was going to abound and increase. You know what I'm saying? Where I want to get. Here we go. 2nd Ezra chapter 5. Let me see. I start at 1. The point is in 2. 2nd Ezra 5 and 1. It says, "Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, which tokens mean signs, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden." And the truth has been hidden. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know what I'm saying, the men before us, you know what I'm saying, our apostles and elders, you know what I'm saying, and they and the high priest Ariar and the men before them, they've been bringing out this truth, man. So the truth has been out. And the Lord is basically about to get ready to close these gates, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's time to get this word, man. Since the word has been hidden, now it's out there, and you can do a simple Google search or look it up on YouTube or any of these other platforms, and you can get edified. So it says, "And the land shall be barren of faith," man. Right, because the word wasn't ubiquitous, you know what I'm saying? But now it is. So now that faith amongst our people clinging back to their heritage, even though some of them don't got the full, breath, or they don't got the full covering of the Lord. meaning the full understanding of the scriptures, but they might understand that they're Israelites, but they might, have dreads, or they might, still, be celebrating, these holidays, so forth and so on. You get what I'm saying? So they don't have the full breadth, but their faith has increased enough till they recognize that they are Israelites. But anyway, verse 2, it says, "But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago," man. Right, man. So you see that wickedness has definitely increased, man. You know what I'm saying? Because even back then, during the time of Ezra, which I believe he was on the scene around the I think the Medo-Persian Empire, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me just look up that up real quick. What empire was Ezra in? I do a quick little Google search, man. Let me see. I'm pretty sure he was around the time with like I said, the what I say, the Medo-Persian Empire. You know what I'm saying? For some reason it's not coming up when I Googled it. But yeah, yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure on that, man. But yeah, brothers and sisters can look the information up. But anyway, let me go back to a point I want to stray too far away from it. So let me see. Yep, 2 Ezra 15 verse 6. It says, "For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled," man. Right, man. So you see, the hurtful works of Babylon the Great being fulfilled, man. So this right here, this movement, the Stonewall movement, sparked a whole era, you know what I'm saying, if you will, a whole movement, which led us to the bugged out degeneration you see right now before us, man. You know what I'm saying? This is madness, man. So prior to the times we're living in now, this sickness, I'm gonna call it that, the sickness, the demon that these people have on them regarding being into this lifestyle, the alphabet lifestyle, that was considered a illness, you know what I'm saying? And they considered this sodomy. Let me go back.
Fines to the 60s, homosexuality was still considered sodomy and illegal in 49 states.
Right, because they knew that shit was off, man. You know what I'm saying? Period. They knew that shit was off, you know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why they considered it illegal, you know what I'm saying? And they considered it sodomy, you know what I'm saying? Let me see neighborhood. It says something to keep letting that play.
It's vary greatly by state, ranging from heavy fines to imprisonment. In society, members of the gay community were often subject to violence, harassment, and discrimination. In New York City, gay bars were havens for people with diverse sexual orientations and gender identities, places where they could avoid harassment and violence. The Stonewall Inn served as a popular refuge. The Stonewall Inn was owned by the Mafia. The Mafia bribed the police to look the other way. In turn, the Mafia made money overcharging patrons for drinks. Even so, the patrons were not fully safe from homophobia and discrimination. The Mafia would extort wealthy patrons, threatening to out them to their employers and families. Despite the Mafia's bribes, the police still regularly raided the Stonewall Inn and other gay bars, charging them with solicitation of homosexual relations. Trans and other gender non-conforming people were also targeted, subjected to violence, and arrested if they weren't wearing what the police deemed gender-appropriate clothing. This oppression and mistreatment came to...
And that's that right there. That was... They had something back then, like he said, called... like back then, those people would get arrested for not wearing what he said gender-appropriate clothing. And that's scriptural, man, because the Lord does have clothing for what men and clothing for women. You know what I'm saying? And like even like obviously when you go into our law and our customs, you know what I'm saying, the Lord does not want a man wearing women attire and vice versa. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get that real quick, man. Is it, 1 second. I thought it was 25. Is it 25? Let me see. Yeah, hold on. Let me let that play real quick.
Ahead in the early morning hours of June 28th, 1969. 9 police officers entered the Stonewall Inn in a raid. The patrons were fed up. As the police roughly tried to arrest bartenders and customers, many resisted. Outside the bar, people in the hundreds began rioting. They threw bottles at the police and pushed through the barricades. The police officers retreated from the crowd and locked themselves inside the Stonewall Inn. Rioters responded by setting the bar on fire. Police reinforcement arrived, and the original officers managed to get out of the burning bar.
Let me get this, Lord. This is another good one too. Deuteronomy 23 and 17. It says, "There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel." Man, yeah. So the Lord, He's not with this lifestyle, man. You know what I'm saying? This lifestyle does not benefit no either gender. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has created what man, male and female, him and her. You know what I'm saying? And destined a man to get with a woman and a woman to get with a man. You know what I'm saying? Because this lifestyle, it does nothing but harm, you know, people. You know what I'm saying? And then the environment, man. Straight up and down, man. You know what I'm saying? And these people, they want to continue this lifestyle, man. Yeah, here we go. This is what I'm looking for as well. This is Deuteronomy 22 verse 5. "The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man." It says, "Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination to the Lord thy God." Man, yeah. So when he said when the police would arrest people back then for not wearing gender appropriate attire, hey, that's scriptural, man. The Lord don't want a woman putting on men clothing and vice versa, man. That's confusion. And the Lord in scripture said the Lord is not the author of the confusion. It's not the author of confusion. You know what I'm saying?
Meanwhile, the angry mob had grown into thousands. Eventually, the police were able to get the crowd to disperse, but it didn't last long. The riots continued until July 1st. While some criticized the violent and destructive riots, others pointed to the brutality and unjust treatment of the gay community. This large-scale defiance made a massive...
See, and then too, the reason why men was... it was a lot of violence being done to those people, man, because people know in their spirits that ain't right, man. You know what I'm saying? And that was the reason why they was getting experiencing violence. You know what I'm saying? It's like that right there is an affection. You know what I'm saying? It's a cancer that the world is being plagued with now. And then too is even it's becoming a big thing amongst our people, man. When you read that Romans the first chapter, it tell you that the Lord gave Jake over to a reprobate, he gave them over to their own desires. You know what I'm saying? And Jake is gone, man. You know what I'm saying? I did one of my last lessons was pretty much regarding how Jake is behaving. You know what I'm saying? And that LGBT a lifestyle, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this Stonewall riots, this is a big movement that catapulted this lifestyle that you see before you to this very day. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to get this real quick. When you Google I just had it in there. The DSM, right? Let me just say put it in DSM. DSM. Diagnosis. The first which the DSM stands for. I can end that now. So let me get this real quick. Yep. So when you Google Google this stuff, right? Man. Okay. So this is from psychiatryonline.org. It says it says gay is good, quote. It says history of homosexuality in the DSM and modern psychiatry, right? Now when you let me see, when you go down, what's up right there? Well, first of all, let me get this so you can know what the DSM is. So the DSM, it stands for the Diagnosis and Statistical Manual of Mental Illnesses. All right. It says so this is basically when you go down to it, says what is the DSM 5? The 5 stands for the 5th edition. That obviously they have editions 1, 2, 3 all the way up to 5, 1, 2, 3, and 4 all the way up to 5. But when you go to the very first edition, it tells you about the alphabet people and that was pretty much considered a mental disorder. Anyway, it says the Diagnostics and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, often known as the DSM, is a reference book on mental health and brain-related conditions and disorders, man. And it says the American Psychiatric Association, APA, is responsible for the writing, editing, reviewing, and publishing of this book, man. You know what I'm saying? So look, this is what I'm pretty sure this is Edomites too at the forefront of this. Let me look this up real quick, man. Founding, what was it? Founder. Who the hell made this, man? Yeah, so the American Psychiatric Association. These are the founders. All right, Benjamin Rush, Thomas Story, Kirkbride, and then Philly Earl, man. And these are all Edomites, man. So hey, they was in their right mind when they they are the persons that are responsible for the editing and the writing of the DSM. So yeah, these devils were in their right mind when they pretty much when they came up with the first edition. You know what I'm saying? Because the second and the third all the way up to the 5th edition, that's when they considered it, they basically started going astray from their first original thought and diagnosis on that condition, that condition I'm talking about is the LGBT the alphabet lifestyle. So let's see what this says, man. All right. It says let me jump down because this is a lot and I'm not gonna read all of this, man. Let me see. Yeah, I'm just get I'm trying to see where can I start at right here, so I'm not trying to be long-winded. Well, I'm gonna start I'm start a little bit up top, and then I'm gonna jump down. And the first edition of the Diagnosis and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, DSM, published in 1952, homosexuality was classified under a psychopathic personality disturbance, man. All right, the last 70 years have brought psychiatry a long way, but it is only in the most recent version of the DSM that the last pieces of evidence of pathologically blah 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 homosexuality was removed, man. Right, the reason why they removed it because it's gonna go more into it as well. Jumping down like the videos that I played from the beginning of the lesson went into some history regarding the Stonewall riots. All right, and the reason behind that was to push that LGBT activity lifestyle and to basically desensitize people. You know what I'm saying, from that way of living. So going down, let me see. Read through it. It says, given the current social acceptance of homosexuality in many countries, and while it may be difficult to imagine today that homosexuality truly fits into pathologic behavior, it is important to understand that inclusions of homosexuality in the DSM serve to move. Oh my God, man. same-sex or sexual behavior from being regarded as a moral sin, and that is a sin, because it tell you in the scriptures that lifestyle is off. You know what I'm saying? It tells you in the scriptures that way of living is off, man. You know what I'm saying? Shalom. What's up? Yeah, I got you. Yeah, but it says, see, Esau, this nigga, this man, he used that, what is that? Yeah, the Stonewall riots, like I said, to catapult that way of living. You know what I'm saying, to the forefront and desensitize people from that lifestyle, man. You know what I'm saying? Because prior to that, like I was reading before, in the first edition, they consider that a mental disorder. You know what I'm saying? But then as the other editions came out, they removed it. You know what I'm saying? Because he wants you to accept that lifestyle, man. When Yahweh Shem Shah is totally against that way of living. You know what I'm saying? I brought it out in the law. You know what I'm saying? In the scriptures, it tell you about that. Going back to the law, let me bring it out again. You know what I'm saying? Let me just get it one more time. This is Deuteronomy 22:5. No, my fault. 23 and 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord does not want that way of living in the world, man, because that affects people, man. You know what I'm saying? And it even had that when you read the book of Genesis, the 19th chapter, it got to that point where those the alphabet people try to have sex with the angels, man. So it just, like I said, man, this place is totally out of order, man. And the Lord will definitely do something about this real soon, man. So continue on reading. Like I said, I'm gonna get these last closing scriptures, man. Yeah, so it says, and while it may be difficult to imagine today that homosexuality truly fits into pathologic behavior, it is important to understand that inclusions of homosexuality in the DSM serve to move same-sex sexual behavior from being regarded as a moral sin and to the secular world of medicine by recognizing it not as a sin, but instead as a disorder, which, like I said, it is a sin and it is a disorder. It's both, man, because when you look at the word disorder, is going to tell you, let me just show you real quick. Disorder is going to say state of confusion. You know what I'm saying? And for somebody to participate in that lifestyle, they are definitely confused, man. It says, placed within the context of mental health, this formed the foundation for the future study of homosexuality by clinicians, and for a modern day understanding of health disparities faced by persons from sexual majority groups. So jumping down, it says the publication of the DSM-2 in 1968 saw the inclusion of homosexuality again. It says, but in this edition, the heading reads simply personality disorders. You see how they changed that? They changed it from that one. They changed it from being a sociopathic, basically mental disorder, to this, a personality disorder. They just called it a personality disorder. It says, however, it is in this period of history when the push for change began. In 1969, a series of violent uprisings began between the police and patrons of a bar in Greenwich Village known as the Stonewall Inn, which is the first two videos I played was going into some history regarding that. You know what I'm saying? The Stonewall riots is often viewed as the catalyst for the gay rights movement. You see that resulted over the following years, man. In 1970, gay rights activists protested at the annual APA meeting in San Francisco. They argue that the psychiatric theories about homosexuality and need for the treatment of a cure for their for their sexuality flooded social stigma around homosexuality. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, I could have read more, but that part right there, man, where it says the Stonewall, this part right here, let me see if I can highlight it. You see that right there? It says stone wall. Yeah, it says the stone wall, if you can see it right there. The stone wall riot is often viewed as a catalyst for the gay rights movement, man. So yeah, they use that to forward their agenda, man. This man is wicked, man. Period, man. He's wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is why we're calling for the Lord to take this man down, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not going to stop with his his madness, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me go back to that. Let me go back to that Ezekiel, man. So going back to that Ezekiel 35, and let's get back at verse 3. And say unto it, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, man. All right, so man, the Lord, he gonna destroy this place, man, because of his wickedness, man. It's get the other precept real quick too. It tell you that because this man, he's doing all this, and he's pretty much putting demons on people, man. This is Proverbs 21 and 12. It says, the righteous man wisely considers the house of the wicked, for Yahweh overthrow the wicked for their wickedness, man. Yeah, so the Lord is going to overthrow this man for their wickedness, man. Why do you think he destroyed the previous empires, man? You know what I'm saying? Why? Because, well, first and foremost, it was because of prophecy, and two, they were living ungodly, man. That's why he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, man. You know what I'm saying? He led that as he made that as a memorial on how not to live, man. They tell you that in the scriptures as well. Let me see. Damn, it was one more I wanted to get, man. Damn, boy, memory, boy. Shit, man. I'm trying to get that last scripture, man. I can't remember what was the one I wanted to get, man. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Tawadi Yabashim Shah. Yeah, there it go. This is these bodies, man. Isaiah 19 verse 14. It says, "The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit." Yeah, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit, man, in the midst of this place, man. And you can see it, man. These people ain't right, man. And the fact that these people don't look at that behavior and see that's not godly, or the Lord does not want people behaving in that manner, and they don't look at it as a problem, that show you that these people got demons on them, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we out there to preach to them that, look, man, this word ultimately cleans you up, man. And it tells you that when you read, I'm gonna get this real quick and I'm gonna close it, man. When you read this story, it's in there a few times. It's in the Gospels, obviously. It's in Luke, Mark, and Matthew. Matthew is worded a little different, but Mark, when you read this about and this is the story about basically Legion. You know what I'm saying? The man that had the demons on him. But it tell you, we're not without going into too much of the story, just for the sake of time. You know, if you read it, you understand it. But this man had demons on him. He was in the tombs and he was cutting himself and so forth and so on, showing you had demons on him. So the Lord took them demons off of him. But then let's see what happened once the Lord took those demons off of him. So when you jump down, let me see. I'm gonna just get it. Mark 5 and 12. And all the devils besought him, saying, "Send us into the swine, that we may enter into them." And forthwith Yahushua gave them leave, and the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea. They were about 2,000 and were choked in the sea, and they that fed the swine fled and told it in the city and in the country, and they went out to see what it was that was done. And they came to Yahushua and said, see him that was possessed with the devil and had the legion sitting and clothed in his right mind, and they were afraid, man. Right. So that show you that once the word cleanses you and it takes demons off of you. You know what I'm saying? Because they seen the man sitting there and it says he was clothed in his right mind. You know what I'm saying? You know, because prior to that, man, they people recognize and seen that that man had demons on them. Just like how we can recognize and see that these people got demons on them, man, especially with this behavior, man. You know what I'm saying? The alphabet behavior. You know what I'm saying? That clearly you got spirits on you, man. And hey, man, you know, the Lord is going to be justified when he takes his place out. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.